Facebook. Welcome to Truth Tribe. I'm Dawn Thompson. Thank you all for being here. Again, if you are finding me on Facebook, you guys need to throw me a higher wave. Remember, you guys are all perfect exactly where you are right now in this exact now moment, that there is absolutely nothing wrong with you. And that I love you very much. And that yes, and yes, if I can be more clear tonight, the energy is intense. And tonight's topic is rat wheels or rodeos. You're gonna have to pick. Finally, we're gonna have to make some intense decision making, and we have to pick. All right, so what's going on is this full moon, and I'm going to get into it throughout the call. Okay, it rocked so many. And that was just the full moon, okay? It's a combo. It was a combo basically with a whole bunch of other planets that are kicking intense energies right now. So from now on, I want all of you who all follow me and work with me, I want you all to think less of the planets about doing or being anything, even though we kind of understand them or relate to them that way. And refer to them a little bit more than as being anything other than lightning bolts of energy. Okay, so they're like energetic bolts coming from these planets. Okay, so when they're active and energized, you feel it in your electrical circuitry. You are an electrical being of your body and your mind and your spirit. You feel the electricity current of that planet coming down, because these are waves of energy. It's all it is. Ride the wave or don't ride the wave, right? So that's what's happening super intensely right now. And so you're either right now feeling like you're on this emotional rat wheel, or you're on a wild ride rodeo. And it's like this turbulent external reality, and it's testing your turbulent internal reality. Okay, so you are not getting a break. And it feels like we're like, okay, when's it going to get a break? And people keep asking me, like, this whole when's this going to be over bullshit ain't going to happen. You're upgrading your frequency and your energy, so you don't notice it anymore, basically, right? So you stop noticing it. So if any of you on this call are feeling the physical, the mental, and the emotional waves that I've been feeling, right? May be feeling like you're going backwards and not forward. And if you are, please feel free to comment, okay? So how you approach that, we talked last week about inverting, right? What you're trying to get to, it's almost like you're getting the opposite. Your plane has gone upside down. So how you approach your inversion, as we discussed last week, is how you do every other thing in your life. So it's time to ride that bull for 90 seconds, 9 seconds and 90 seconds, right? And the reason I say that is we have to stop avoiding it, because your emotional roller coaster that is present in most of us is keeping you from falling back. I promise, the roller coaster, the riding that bull, that energy, that kind of madness that's going on, it's keeping you. This is the cool part. It's keeping you from falling back into this one track rat wheel ridiculousness of delusion. That's what's happening. Okay, so the more you keep getting pushed into discomfort is good. Okay, you can thank your personal chart, your blueprint, your user's manual, right? Because it's stimulating the masculine, feminine cycles in each of us. Okay, the bull is masculine and the moon is feminine. And this just happened, a few days ago, okay, on Saturday. So I'm going to get into a little bit more, but some of you, now some people, not everyone, are kind of like, hey, yeah, this sign me up for this Taurus masculine stuff, right? I'm already bossy and confident and driven. So you're like, yeah, I got this. It feels that way for some people. It's like, how are they handling this? And then those who are already in that confident mode, you're also getting inverted. So you're having to push into that feminine and see if you integrate both. There's no one or the other, guys. And that's where the discomfort is arriving. Okay, so to simplify this, the moon rules our emotions, everyone, and it's feminine energy. And Taurus, which went full lunar eclipse into the sign of Taurus. Taurus is masculine, earthy, grounded energy, okay? So it's definitely poking your emotions in precisely the spot where you need to wake the blankety blank blank up. Please hear me. You need to wake the blank up. Whatever you are drawn to right now, I want you to think about it. What am I drawn to? What am I trying to attract? And I'm getting the opposite. Is it what you really want? Or is it my rat wheel of habit? And if I get off, do I like that I'm on a rodeo and I'm about a rodeo ride and I'm about to get bucked off the bull? Because that's how it feels. Sometimes it's like, I know I want this, I know I'm going here, but it's super uncomfortable. So your emotional bucking bull is to get you so aware to the things that you have not addressed in your own energy field. Remember, you are 90% water and electricity. You have electrical currents going through. I've reminded you guys this a million times. Your heart is restarted with electric paddles, electricity, or electricity and water, okay? So you can run and avoid all this, but you can't hide from your own internal bully. So here's the interesting part I wanted to get to, you guys. No one is bucking you. No bull, no external bull, no social, external environments, none of it. No one is bucking you except you. Okay? Your internal shadow beast, as I call it, or your ego, right? Your beast is begging you guys to see it. And the universe is always aligning with you to experiences to get you to see your truth. So it's not for the fact that any outside, any truth outside of you, right, is anything other than illusion that you've created. You have to understand this. So you're asking for these unwelcomed emotions, and you're asking for them not in a way to like hurt you, but to get you to buck your own beliefs. Why do we want to buck our own beliefs? Because beliefs are bullshit. They're total bullshit. Oh, be a believer. Believing doesn't get you shit when you believe in things that are no good for you. They're hurting you, right? They are the one thing that your ego beast craves. Negative cookies that are beliefs. This is the way it is. And it's a negative belief keeping you in fear and in fear of you awakening and seeing your power one day. Okay. And so you're in this stage of recharging your electric grid. I've taught you this, that you have this torus field about 6 feet out. Unless you're small, then it's about 5, it's kind of the size of your arms stretched out. That's your electric grid. And your torus, it's called your torus field, which is why I thought this was so freaking cool. Your torus field got shocked awake this weekend, and you may be feeling like electric shocks physically. Those of you comment on this call, if you've been feeling the physical electric shocks in your body, physically in your life, that are starting to show up that you can see, or your beliefs are shocked when you see a truth that you weren't prepared to see, or you're no longer holding that truth that it once did, so that belief is no longer true, or your emotions may be appearing out of the blue to shock you that you thought, oh my God, I was totally already over this, right? And then it's still present. It's not still present. It's to show you that you are being bucked by your inner bully to see, get ready, will you choose to recharge your DNA or your torus field with higher charges or lower frequency charges? It's up to you. So I know you're like, oh my God, this sounds so out there, Dawn. No, low frequency is running on the same rat wheel over and over and over again, numbed to repetitive life that has zero light and zero love in it. Right? But we don't think about that. The electric shocks that you are experiencing is to buck your beliefs. And I was like, but I don't like this. That's not where you're going in this lifetime. It's being pushed you and shocking you and bucking you off of old beliefs into knowledge of your truth, to knowing. And nothing that you've been taught up till now is even close to the power that you all possess. Nothing. But the beliefs that you're all drawn to are to see the electric charges needed to become wise to truth instead of numb to beliefs. And beliefs get you numb because you're like, yeah, that's what it is. That's what I believe. That's what it'll always be. And you're never opening up to knowledge, to knowing more. So what beliefs are you getting bucked off to see, to hear, to feel that you are unfamiliar with riding that energy? It's like you want to go there and then you get bucked off. You're like, right? Most of us are unfamiliar with love energy. And y'all want to go, no, I do. I know love. You don't. So where does the sign, this is something you guys can look at on your own. Where does the sign Taurus sit in your personal zodiac chart? Okay. And where do you feel electric shocks in your life? I want you to think about this as you hear me list these off. Just check off a check mark or write the word. Do you feel electric shocks in your self-worth? Like, am I worth it in your life, in your income? Like you're feeling like you're on, then you're thrown off, and you're on, then you're getting thrown off. Your communication, your home and security, fun and kids, your health, partners and love, home and security, your fun and your kids, partners and love, change and death, beliefs, career, social, societal, fitting in, the norm and dreams, or your mind and self-sabotage. Any of those areas and or multiple, you're feeling them and you're feeling these random shocks show up. So are you on this rat wheel ruminating on old beliefs and experiences of pain? Who hurt you, even in past lives, like you are being asked to do, get ready, by watching fake TV wizard media? That's all past life shit. It's everything you watched over and over. I can guarantee you, we just have better TVs now. Right? And so, or instead of on that rat wheel, running that belief system, are you at the rodeo? Are you at the rodeo getting bucked off each time you choose to take a new truth of your reality? Taking on some new truth that you know is in you. It's just uncomfortable. And your ego says, oh, this is not good. We don't know what to do if we get bucked off this idea. And then you do. And you realize you're okay. But it could hurt a bit. But since you're not accustomed to writing new thoughts about your dreams and manifesting your new abilities, your manifesting abilities, so many of you feel like you keep choosing new ways of living and getting into your dreams. And then as soon as you do, you get bucked off and then you think, oh, am I doing this wrong? Right? And I'm healing and I'm feeling like I'm not improving. I'm recharging my financial stability, but I feel like it's maybe getting worse, or I get hits, not better. I'm resetting my career choices and I feel like I'm a fish out of water, or I'm dating and it's not the relationship I was envisioning, but it feels good. So is it for me or not? Like, we're having that. So I want you all to understand this is the moment where you get on, right? And you're going to ride the feelings. And you're going to get bucked off to see your light, and you're right on schedule. Keep riding your new reality until you have recharged your electric grid of light source in your Taurus field. This is what it's called, this whole field of energy, to expand your truth. I cannot tell you guys how important this is to understand. When you're getting shocked awake, shocked to topics, right? My nervous system has been off the charts the last couple of days, and my thoughts have been downloading like off this world beliefs into healing, off world beliefs, right? It's no beliefs that I've had before. So if I stay on that rat wheel, I will not be any help to you and or myself. If I start going, oh, that's kind of weird, I wonder if it's going to help. I wonder if that will help. And so I had to think through this, and I had to sit back and go, okay, I was in pain for most of the last 2 days for the full moon. Not miserable, just uncomfortable, like I was on fire. right? And it was like forcing me to jump off this old belief system because I was so uncomfortable. I couldn't go back to thinking about things I was trying to do. I had to just keep moving. My neck, my arms, my chest, my eyes hurt, my hips, all holding old gunk were on fire like they have been, like it's like they were electrocuted. Okay. Many of you are feeling this way too in some way. Go ahead and comment if you are. So that's just the physical body. Okay. If you have had emotional, all of a sudden like a blow up or a spiritual blow up. Okay, someone else, thank you. See, she's with me, hurting so bad. I want you to, I'm going to give you a tip here in a minute. I'm going to give you what I did, and it helped so much. So what I want you guys to understand, you are now at a choice point, my friends, of rat wheel or rodeo life. And it's training for mastery, or it's trapped in misery. That's where you are. You are training for mastery or trapped in misery. And you can choose now to expand into the life you deserve. And it's so like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't want to get us thrown off. But that's how you feel, right? You're like, I'm working my booty off, and this is how I feel. It won't last. Okay. This is the bucking bull. Okay. And so if any of you are feeling like bull riders, it's amazing because it's the reaction you are feeling, what it's like to get bucked off, get up, and then repeat again. Okay. And it's like you're getting electrocuted and feeling like you have to jump off when you just, right? You have to master riding that bull. What is the Taurus bull in your chart? That's a good way to look at it. Or in general, if you don't know where the Taurus bull sits in your birth chart, and that house, what that house topic is, in general, where are the electric shocks that you are feeling it in your life? Are you feeling it physically? Are you feeling it mentally? Or are you feeling it emotionally? That's what you are mastering the ride to right now in your life. Okay. So by the way, P.S. those of you with body pains that's coming up, it's your energy field, I should say your electric field. Okay, that's being stimulated again. So actually it's being stimulated awake, and that's uncomfortable. Okay, so the Epsom salt baths and baking soda baths are amazingly helpful to neutralize your electrical currents in your body. Because remember this, that you are water and electricity. I cannot simplify this enough. So doing things that neutralize the currents in your body and your mind and your spirit are what will help you get back on the bull and go, no, I'm going to master this. I'm going to master this, right? So my go-to, these are just my current go-to neutralizers, and it helps any of you. I don't care if it's physical pain, mental pain, or emotional pain. 1, baking soda and magnesium baths. And I'm talking 2 cups of each. So you have to buy a big bag of baking soda, and a big bag of Epsom salt is magnesium bath. Okay. So 2 cups, Juliet. 2 cups of each, put it in the tub as hot as you can get, and I guarantee you by the time it cools down, you'll literally start feeling better. Number 2, I also listen to 999 hertz frequencies. There's many varieties you can listen to on YouTube. So when you're trying to get yourself into wholeness and which of the frequencies of your 12 frequencies are off, wherever that Taurus field is stuck, that typically will calm it. So that's the one I use. You can use any of them. There's so many sounds, numbers out there, but 999 is the one that works great for me because it's a closure number. Okay. Number 3, I use my happy highway meditation, that I go into my dreams and I step into the higher loving field. And then number 4, love water, that I've taught you all how to do. You all have access to Truth Tribe and/or Warrior Pass. There's a picture there. There's wording there. There's every way to make love water. Okay. And so those are the 4 things I do. Okay. Baking soda, magnesium bath, 999 hertz frequency sounds while I'm listening, happy highway meditation, and then I drink the love water. Now, if you want to learn how to charge your love water to your specific DNA healing codes, because remember, our DNA doesn't only have sick codes, it has healing codes. So I have just launched the Truth Warrior training. There's an early bird code of 20% off. If you want it, it's Warrior 24, all one word. And I'm going to start teaching everybody, teach them how to charge your personal field, or the 12 alternate realities into the highest frequency of love. We are 12 fractals of energy, and you can reset your energy field into the 24, 12. We're really just talking about 2. I'm not going to get into science and DNA with you guys, but here's the point. Whole DNA activation is spiritual DNA activation, on minimally teaching ourselves and stimulating and realigning with the electricity frequencies needed for self-worth and money and love and all those 12 energies in our chart. So go to the website, go to events, and pre-register with that code. It won't last more than the next month. So if you want in, you get into the pre-registration. So those of you who are physically hurting, I'm going to tell you, I had to double up. I had to double up quite a bit, but it did work. Okay. So if you cannot get into a bath, you don't have a physical bath, put your feet in a hot tub of water and do the same thing. It'll work exactly the same. Okay. But I highly recommend the bath. Okay. So let's go back to this planetary update, where what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is that you are water and electricity, which is why this one tripped you all up big. Why? Because the full moon on Saturday was a lunar eclipse, and full moons are closure for something new. But the point being is, where Taurus sits in your chart, or any part of your life, where Taurus or Venus or any of that energy is triggering you, food, value, safety, security, money, hard work, who you're becoming, right? So it's dismantling and rebuilding you. Not just our economy and what you're all watching online, but your personal finances, as well as your personal building. What are you building personally? And it's had to get broken down, and you thought you were letting things break down. And this moon's saying, the bulls are amazing for that, right? Because the bull's like, I ain't moving until I have to. And then it was so uncomfortable, we had to do something. We had to learn to ride. Okay. Someone says, where it sits in my current chart, it always, when I reference these guys, it's always where it sits in your birth chart. Okay. So Taurus will always sit in the same place in your birth chart. Okay. So with this full moon, let's go back to the electricity. Okay. So true. Only until you have to move as a Taurus. I love her. She's so funny. I know. And I feel the same way. Fixed signs are having a hard time with this, guys. So let me give you the fixed signs are Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leos. They're having a little rough time going right now because they're being forced to get unfixed. Those are the signs. The other signs are a little bit more mutable, like going with it, and they're open-minded, but the fixed signs are so stubborn, right? So the Taurus moon, what it did was it could have brought an exciting money-making opportunity that popped up, or a thought about it that you're like, I can do that. Or you could have second thoughts about what you're doing in your career to build, and you're like, I want to try a different way. Or you could have said, ooh, this thing, I have to finish it, complete it. I just finished this Truth Warrior training so that everybody could sign up. So I was like, oh, and so you might have an epiphany about better work-life balance, because that's what Taurus wants. It wants to have lifestyle and live beautifully. And we have to learn from this Taurus energy, but it has a hard time getting out of our routine, because Taurus is like, I don't want to move unless you make me move. And so thus, when it makes you move and that bull bucks you, it's uncomfortable, right? And so Taurus rules our daily routines. And this lunar eclipse, it gives a big push to finally break bad habits. And no one better than the bull and our emotions to get into cahoots together and decide to say, we need to trip up your belief systems. So those 4 tips that I said to reset your energy field and set it into a new belief system. Most people don't think that their belief systems are that tough and that strong. They are, and we don't realize it. So that full moon eclipse could bring a metaphorical, like, doesn't have to be a physical, like, well, and maybe where some of people live on the planet, they could have an actual earthquake in their reality. But it probably could bring like the metaphorical earthquake before you find your steady ground, which is where this bull riding is. It's bucking you off. It feels like an earthquake, but it's really not that long. It's just a quick fall. And you're like, wait. So don't wait for it to change. When you get thrown off, get back up and get back on that bull. Okay. Because this also can bring you back to your senses, like with a sudden jolt, and go, oh, what was I thinking? That's a stupid belief. And you start fresh. So if there's something you want, this dream you want, don't you dare let anyone pull you off of it. Okay. So think about what unproductive habits that you might be holding you back. Okay. Maybe where you've been failing to appreciate the things that you do have in your life, or the value of people in your life that are holding you up. Because eclipses are known for revealing truth so that you can move forward. What's a full moon? When it's super dark out and the moon makes it super bright, you can see stuff in the dark you couldn't see before. So that full moon is going to bring some eye-opening reminders to pay attention to, so that you stop taking things for granted that are important. Okay. Again, build a map or a flight plan to capture the dream that you've been hunting since the Taurus new moon 6 months ago. I'm trying to tell you, whatever this bull is doing, your inner bully is trying to buck you off from that. And you're like, nope, gotta ride this bull. I'm gonna be the best bull rider on the planet until you get that dream, till you get the trophy, till you get to the end of your game. Okay, so important, my friends. Okay. All right. And again, remember water. Okay, everybody right here. This is going to be a shorter class tonight. I had to help you understand the electrical currents that are running through you. And this shocked you all. And we thought it would be just like an event or an emotion. It's all of it. So your body, if it's hurting, it's not because it's bad. It's because your body is upgrading and its frequency is lightening up. And so it has to wake up. And so the electrical currents, there's more of them running through you. Okay. Right here, I am courage. I am love. I am truth. This is your nervous system right here. Tap into that thymus nervous system, your immune center. I feel courage. I feel love. I feel truth. I see love. I see courage. I see truth. And I know love. I know courage. I know truth. Okay. So guys, what I want you to share in the Q&A is, what areas of worthiness, when it comes to what am I worth? Am I on a rat wheel of disillusionment that I've been always doing? Or am I wanting to go somewhere, and when I get uncomfortable, I throw myself off that bull, off that path, off that delivery? Where do you catch yourself feeling tripped up? Every time you look at what you want, you feel frustrated. Get back on that damn path and go, right? So I want you guys to kind of throw at me a little bit here. If you have examples of where you're getting thrown off. Some people here I can see we're in my same path of pain, which I'm telling you, I can literally feel the electricity going through my body all weekend. And even my husband was like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm actually, my brain, I felt fine, but I hurt. So it's kind of a weird feeling when your physical body is feeling it. You think you're sick and you're not. Does that make sense? So if your physical body was hurting, use my 4 pieces of advice. Someone says, so running the same nonsense in our heads is the rat wheel. Yes, running the same nonsense in your head is the rat wheel. And again, you have to catch that rat wheel and go, but am I doing what I want to do? Am I going where I want to go, but I get uncomfortable because you've been inverted and you're like, I don't want to fly. I don't want to get on a bull. I don't want to ride these hard rides. And my answer is, you're getting out of it. You guys are going to get bucked whether you like it or not. I'm just telling you why it's happening. And because it's uncomfortable, it's like lightning bolts coming down on you. I don't care where you're experiencing it. All I know is that if you look at Taurus in your chart, it's typically happening right there, new beginnings, or putting closure to how you did something so you could start something new, like a new awakening of how you work or whatever the case may be. Throw at me some of the things where you're feeling you have to make some changes. And I'm happy to address that. Let's see what this question is. So let's see, you were talking about multiple realities. What would be an example of multiple realities? Okay. So guys, this new course I'm teaching, I am going to bring you into your 12 parallel multiple realities that you are living. Okay. So this question is what would be an example of multiple realities? You are mind, body, and soul. Body, mind, spirit, soul. Okay. As I teach things, a thought, a truth. Okay. But you've been taught to believe that you are not in charge of your things and your thoughts and your truths. Okay. So your beliefs, what I was bringing up earlier, are blocking you from your true power of using your spirit here to program your energy field with light and love. Instead, it's programmed with a stupid rat wheel of delusion. Okay. So you're living in your sun and moon energy, masculine, feminine, polarity energy. That's it. That's where most of us live. Okay. You haven't been taught to live in your 12 strands of DNA, which are energy fractals of you. They're not your physical blood. That's what they tell you in science. And yes, you can look at it that way, but this is spiritual, fractal, energetic DNA. So you can see how when you look at yourself in all the fractals of your personality, how you react differently in each mode of your life by looking at your own user's manual or your own astrology blueprint. I am taking this thing to the next level. How you look at your own personal DNA user's manual needs to go, wait a minute, I'm not using all of it. I only use my 2 easy parts, the rat wheel bullshit parts that were easy for me to jump on and do what I do. But you're not incorporating all of you until one day you wake up and go, guess I can do that. I am avoiding that. Get on that freaking bull and go. Does that make sense? So that's my point about we are not incorporating all of our multiple realities. That is your DNA. Okay. That course, by the way, starts January 11th, 1/11. Okay, at 11/11 every day and every Thursday for 12 weeks. I'll touch on it in a minute. Routines and choices of self-care and habits. Are these things you're breaking, Juliet, or these things you're trying to bring back in and reset? That's awesome, because we're looking at breaking routines. And if the routines are something you've done over and over, how do you break them? Or how do you set new self-care and new habits? That's the good one. I'm with you on that. We have a lot of similarities, this person and I, of resetting a lot of those habits. Okay, so next one, let's see, this says, how can you change your DNA? Okay. Let's see. So by realizing, so how do you change your DNA? So this course that I'm going to start teaching you guys, how do you change your DNA, is really basically this. What you need, when you wake up one day and you go, okay, I'm here to start the knowingness and realizing that you are a point of light from God. Okay. You're not a thing, an energy, a soul. You're a spark of light, electric piece of light from God. Okay. And you're here to learn to become Christ-like, not to wait for Jesus to save your ass, not to be Jesus, but to be like Christ, who was the boss, right? He bossed it out and he incorporated all 12 aspects, as well as, that's why you're here, of your soul into oneness of all that is, which is God's light. God is self-confident. God is valuable. God is worthy. God is communication. God is connection. God is security. God is all oneness, okay? Which has been manipulated. God has, the way we connect to that over time. And so there are religions as old as time itself, yet no one is asking this truth before, what happened before Jesus or the new religions that came on. What happened before all that? You have to get to that point to the spark of light. So the powers that have ruled for eons of time have understood that your ability to see past these bullshit beliefs and learn to understand and know that the truth of oneness of all of your energy. And it is that you've been blinded. It's blinded you to see with this dumb education that we've gotten. Okay. So you wouldn't learn to understand the truth about your soul and your 12-strand DNA that turns into 24-strand DNA, which duplicates out to 144. And I'm not going to get you into that, but instead of 2, you get to 12 to 24. And I'm going to teach that in the class, but you can see your DNA in your chart very clearly. And learning all 12 parts of your wholeness, right, that many will not master. Many of you won't master that in this lifetime, but many of us are awakening to more than 2. And that's how spontaneous healing is occurring on the planet right now. So beliefs are hurting you from knowing truth about you because you put thought and belief over your own soul's truth. Does that make sense? Okay. So the next question is, let's see, someone said, explain what you mean by Christ-like. So we're trying to be like Jesus Christ. And Jesus was just a soul, a being that came down a spark of light, but he mastered all 12 parts of his personality and his fractals of energy while he was on earth. He just was at the wrong time and space. Now he woke us up to say, let's become like Christ, loving, kind, psychic, spiritual, healing himself, shifting, changing his water, changing the DNA. All of these things he learned how to do. And I'm not going to get into history and religion and all that right now, but that's becoming like Christ, like Jesus. Okay. So someone also says, bring back in and reset, trying new things and routines and telling myself I don't have to continue to do it all at once. Ooh, that is a very Taurus awakening moment right there. That's what I'm trying to tell you all. Those are the things that are going to come back in for all of you and say, it's time to go back in and see the parts of you that have routines that are over and over and you're doing it. And like, do you really enjoy doing it that way? Do you really want to keep doing that? Or do you want to do something new? Okay. So as much as this is all going to be a huge awakening for a lot of you, the new year is already coming into play. The planets, Aquarian, I prepared you all for this Aquarian energy, and it's going to take and awaken you all to things that you cannot comprehend because we have to learn to know ourselves. And this is a good example. Just a simple, tiny little routine that is about doing it all at once and doing everything and overwhelming ourselves instead of slowing. Let's become more bull-like. Just lay in the pasture and take in the earth and take in that physicality of masculine owning it. And then when it's time to feel something, we get up and we go at it. And we go, I can do this because it's an emotional need, feeling, yearning, passion. And we go back to resting. And then we address it like a bull. This person, Juliet, she is a bull and we want to be like her. And so the point being, guys, is that I'm trying to get you guys to understand that this is going to feel like electricity or electric bolts of awakening. And who of you are on this call have felt this? I know there's a couple other people on this call who have like reached out to me privately, and you've all felt the same thing. It's like this awakening going, what have I been doing? Why have I not been my most badass, powerful self? This is why. Because this bull said, it's time. It's time to start stepping into you. And Taurus rules money and security and value. So I'm going to end this call with, what are you worth? See, this is the person, Dan. I thought you were on here. He said, I have been feeling it. He has been feeling it at such a purity level because his moon sign is Scorpio and it's opposing that full moon in Taurus. So it's shining light and going on your moon, and that moon is like, da, 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 feel this deep. So when you get bucked off, whatever it is you're wanting, my friends, don't you dare give in. Find another way to get back on and do it again. Oh my gosh, someone says, there's another person, I have Scorpio in my chart too. Again, my friends, those of you who are on this call, or if you don't know your birth chart, again, if you're a client of mine or have done work with me, you've gotten your birth chart, you just look at it and look on the outside, it'll be green where Taurus sits, and you'll see the little bull horns. That's the part of your chart that is feeling the Taurus trigger, the Taurus full moon. But if you're a fixed sign in the zodiac, it's the fixed signs that are feeling it the most: Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. It's uncomfortable. So you are getting bucked off a little harder than everybody else, okay? So this person says, my business game is totally up and I close on my new house tomorrow. Oh, congratulations. We all are giving you congratulations, applause. Yay. I love my birthday phase. I wish I could keep it all year. You can. This is a perfect example of the bull. Why do I feel it over my birthday, or am I making it up? You're making it up. It's just because the energy right now is shining on you and it's flowing into you because of these things: financial security, worthiness. You've been working hard throughout the non-lunar solar eclipse time. So it's showing up now. This was your sudden jolt and awakening, your electric kind of explosion, shall I say. This was your earthquake, metaphorically, shall I say. And so this is my point: is don't get off that path. Stay on it and don't get off. Each time you get pulled off, that just means you're supposed to take a break, reevaluate, and get back on, but stay on the path you want. This is what it's teaching all of us to do. See, this is what he just explained. It's what it's teaching every one of us to do. When we're going, oh my gosh, feels good, it's coming because we've worked on it. Now, some of you haven't worked on it, so I'm telling you, stay on the bull, and when you get thrown off, pick that thing that you want, the destination that you're flying to, and watch what happens. You're going to have to fall off and get back on, fall off and get back on, but you're going to keep moving. It's just going to feel uncomfortable because you might hurt yourself a little bit. You might be uncomfortable a little bit. Those baths forced me to slow down and meditate. And I usually meditate walking. I'm not a close my eyes and sit in the chair meditator. It's just not my personality. I meditate when I walk. Well, this wasn't allowing me to. And I was like, you doggone bull. I knew what it was doing. I could feel it. I mean, I literally was on fire. And I wasn't upset. Like, I wasn't sick. I just was uncomfortable. So know that physical, mental, or emotional. Physical cannot just be your physical body. It could be like him, a home and a business, money, things that you can touch are physical. Mental is mind, thoughts. Remember, truth is spiritual or emotional. Okay. So does this help you guys understand what's going on right now? Okay, so this isn't going to change. This is very, very big awakening going on right now, and it's going to keep going in this hot, cold, riding a bull. So you're going to master bull riding from this point forward, and know that every time you get hit, it's a bolt of electricity from the universe, from your planets, awakening you. Now, we're all going to step into that next level where we are going to start igniting those more than two strands of DNA, more than two realities of our existence. And we're going to start incorporating all wholeness of ourselves. So it's not just one part of our personality. It's why people are like, oh my God, they have multiple personalities. None of you show up the same way you do at home in your jammies and your relaxed personality as you do at work, and as you do in a relationship, as you do with your kids, as you do when you're meditating. You all have different ways of showing up in that different energetic field. Nobody shows up at work and teaching, training, and spirituality while they blend it in with corporate America. I do that. That's what I'm trying to teach you. I do it different. Doesn't make it different for everybody else to do it their way. You show up the way you should, but if you don't know what that is, it's very hard. So we're going to start mastering these next levels. And it's time for us to up our game and understand how to become wholeness of all of our 12 parallel realities or multiple realities that we're living all at the same time. It's which one you choose to jump on at that moment in time. Totally up to you. It's game on, guys. It is up to all of you to step into this higher truth of living as a lighthouse from now on. There is no going back. This is for the warriors. You guys are badasses. You are all spiritually ready. It's time to spiritually upgrade your spiritual DNA, your energetic DNA, and your frequencies, because that's what's happening, whether you like it or not. I'm just going to give you the template. Okay. So remember, early bird registration, the code for Truth Warrior Training, it's right on events. Just go to idinow.com or ideserveitnow.com. Go to events, Truth Warrior Training. The 20% discount code is Warrior24. Okay. I'm opening this to 20 people. So if you want to save your seat, get in, or share it with someone if you want to take it with them, because you will be partnering in this course. It's a 12-week course live with me. And we're going to go tap into all the fractals of your 12 personality types and how to upgrade them to high frequency, and then shift that to the reality of how you want to live instead of the rat wheel that we're trying to get pulled back into of the programming. It's not a negative. It's just the way it is. Not everybody's going to go with you. I guarantee it. And it's just okay. It's the life you chose. You made this chart. You made this personality. You made this DNA. So on that note, I love you all. If you missed the beginning regarding getting bucked off and being electrocuted, just go back and the replay will be up soon. I love you all. You guys have a great weekend or a great week, and I will see you on Monday. Brightest blessings. Take care. Oh, by the way, happy Halloween tomorrow if you're going to a party. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.